What the fuck are you doing? I just don't get it. I guess we fucked up now! And Comey, he's gonna testify. He's gonna bring down the lies. Then Bill Maher said the N-word and he regrets it, regrets it.
What's up, America? This just in, back. And you know what? We've been gone, but we're back. We're not going to let you down.
Back again, baby.
Better than ever.
That's right, 2.0.
I'm your host, Justin.
I'm Blaine, the curious sidekick.
The Blaine. Some shit has happened.
Yeah.
Some shit has happened. I mean, Donald Trump's president, so it's always going to be happening.
Always.
And, you know, hopefully you've been watching the news, so you've been recapping yourselves, because there's just too much shit going on to, like, run down what's happened the past few weeks. I mean, you know, the big one that, even though this did happen a few weeks ago, it is something that is going to have far-reaching ramifications, is we pulled out of the Paris Agreement.
Okay.
What do you know about that?
The only thing I know about Paris is they got that zip line now on the Eiffel Tower.
I bet that is dope. Yeah, that's probably super dope.
Cool,
but of course, we spearheaded this, as we do a lot of things. 195 nations signed on to essentially commit to reducing our carbon footprint on the world.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea. I mean, you want people to be around.
Well, unless you're my dad.
Yeah.
You know,
rest
in peace.
Volcanic eruption.
More than
pollution into our atmosphere than humans ever have.
Pour one out for the homie Dick.
All right, Dick.
You know, so it's this idea, it's a non-binding agreement that all of us are just going to work better as a world. You know, if you're right, it's all a bunch of bullshit. If you're left, we're destroying the planet. In the end, the planet's changing.
Yeah, it's 4.2
There's nothing that anybody can do about that.
It's 4.2 billion years old. It's gone through multiple states.
Exactly.
We weren't always, sunny and 70 degrees, man. It used to be a molten rock.
It used to be an ice age.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
So there's this whole argument of, are we doing it or are we not? I think it's a little bit of both.
I mean, it's a little both.
There's no way in hell that the planet is healthy when we are pumping out shit into the atmosphere.
It can't be.
No, not at all.
They're killing fish and shit in Russia.
How many oil spills do we have a year? So anyway, this is all the countries came together and said, we are going to be better.
Okay.
There's only two countries that weren't in this.
Okay, which ones were they?
Syria and Nicaragua.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm sorry, now America.
Oh, now America?
Yeah. Now America.
What the fuck?
America is out.
I feel like we're going to be the guy now at the bar that pissed and then didn't wash his hands, came back and started eating the free peanuts on the bar again.
Yeah, nobody wants to be around that guy.
Nobody wants to
shake his hand.
No one wants to sit next to that guy. Nobody wants to sit next to that guy.
Especially when those hands are little Donald hands.
And we work in bars.
Yeah.
So
we see a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
So the President Donald Trump, he fulfilled one of his campaign promises of pulling out of the Paris Accord. Okay. And a lot of people say this is actually Steve Bannon's deal. Steve Bannon is his chief advisor who ran Breitbart News, which essentially promoted a lot of anti-Semitic and that whole alt-right thing. Yeah, so we pull out of it because they say it's unfair to America, unfair to our workers. We get the brunt end of the deal. It's kind of like the same argument you had about NATO. We're funding everything. Everybody else needs to pick up their shit. Now,
so we're just trying to pull out a little bit, get our shit straight, maybe. Well, that's what he's trying to do?
That's how he's trying to spin it. But
I think he's just trying to shut it down.
As you can imagine, the rest of the world is not happy about this.
No, we're the guy that's eating the peanuts and didn't wash his hands. Yeah. No one wants to be that guy.
And we're the main guy at the bar.
Don't be that fucking guy.
So, I mean, I can't imagine there was ever a list where America would have been on the same level as Syria and Nicaragua as till now. So,
what do you know about
So,
Nicaragua?
like we said, it's in South America.
Yeah.
That's about it. Because he's kind of been on this whole America first, fuck the rest of the world.
I do agree kind of with a little bit of that.
Yeah, and I mean, in the end, you've got to look out for yourself. This is the first time he's really done it. Okay. So there's been a lot of deep conservatives that are pretty excited about it. A lot of people that are not. You want to know who, interesting enough, is not a fan of this?
The tree huggers.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. Anybody who's wearing Birkenstocks is not a fan of this choice.
Or sandals with socks that are high up socks.
ExxonMobil and ConocoPhillips, who are the two biggest oil companies ever. Actually, our Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, was the former CEO of ExxonMobil. Do not agree with this at all. They have been lobbying to Trump to not do this, along with his daughter Ivanka Trump, who is supposed to have some pull, or I don't know.
Yeah, you figure the oil companies would want to
they'd be like,
get rid of those laws and stuff so they can make more money.
So you know what this does? This opens a void for China to be the leader in curbing carbon emissions.
They
said.
have a lot of mopeds and shit, though.
Do they?
Like
well, they have a lot of people.
that's a lot of like.
There's like a third of the world's population living there.
Yeah, they're
crazy.
gotta be polluting.
Oh, they're
shit.
polluting the fuck out of this world.
Yeah,
Way
so
more than we
how-
are.
So what the fuck? How are they gonna like roll? How are they gonna take lead?
Another interesting person that has come out and said something about this.
You alright?
Yeah, this is one right here. This is the one that gets me. North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
North Korea has issued a statement. He says, "This is the height of egotism and moral vacuum, seeking only their own well-being at the cost of the entire planet."
Mm-hmm.
According to the Korean Central News Agency, whoever chooses to blindly follow the Trump administration, overpowered by its bravado, should be fully aware that the judgment of history shall take them all as one.
You're making me so mad.
Damn, Kim Jong-un ain't feeling that shit. Now when North Korea's calling you out,
that haircut
Yeah.
that he's got. But
apparently he does it himself. He's such a weirdo and such a germaphobe. He doesn't let anybody else touch his head, and he cuts his own hair like
he's
that.
like the dude.
Clearly, look how it looks.
He's like the dude from Deal or No Deal.
Yeah,
He only fist pumps.
I do. John McCain has even said that American leadership in terms of foreign relations was better under Barack Obama. And John McCain lost to Barack Obama.
Where the fuck has John McCain been at? He's just he's coming out of the woodworks for this one. That's what I mean.
He's not a fan of Donald Trump at all. Actually, speaking of Obama made a statement about this.
Mm-hmm.
He's been, pretty quiet, and as most presidents are when they have a successor. But he came out with a statement. The nations that remain in the Paris Agreement will be the nations that reap the benefits of the jobs and industries created.
Right.
I believe the United States of America should be at the front of the pack. Yeah. But even in the absence of American leadership, even as this administration joins a small handful of nations, not even a handful, 2 other nations, that reject the future.
That accidentally grabbed the firework and didn't let it go.
Yeah, now you don't have a finger.
Now he's only got these 3 fingers, and that's not good for anybody.
Join in a small handful of nations that reject the future. I'm confident that our states, cities, and businesses will step up. And actually they have. There have been, and I apologize, America, I don't have the actual statistic, but there have been many mayors and governors and local governments that have stepped up and said, we are still going to honor the idea of retracting our carbon emissions. So even though the president himself has pulled us out of it, a lot of Americans themselves, like 70% of America, did not feel this.
Well, I mean, also, you got to think, too, Donald Trump, he says he can create. I can create all these jobs. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna have huge jobs.
It's gonna be bigly.
It's gonna be bigly.
Well,
there's gonna be a lot of jobs. But how come? I feel like that would create a lot of jobs.
And that's the idea.
Look at the places like around here where you got like the Clean Harbor things and stuff like that. Like that's a job creator.
Clean energy is where jobs are going to be at.
And that's the way of the world. The way the world.
Donald wants to go back. When he wants to make America great again, he wants to go back to coal mines and fossil fuels. And I mean, yes, we still use that, but we are phasing those out. So we're going backwards when there's so much money to be made in that.
Just look at solar power and things of that nature.
Yeah, well, if you're like 70-something years old, you don't believe in it. Once again, Dick, he didn't believe in it. Pulling out of this is a non-binding agreement, but at the same time, to actually be out, it's going to be like a year and a half. I mean,
we're still in.
There's a lot of processing. We can pretty much say, we're not.
It's basically a divorce with you.
Yeah, exactly. Which still in the middle of all that. So it's a headache. It's a headache, America.
I need another drink.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that, and what we got next. All right, we've been kind of following the Comey thing. Yeah. So this past week, former FBI Director James Comey testified before Congress about every.
Look at that! Magically got a new beer.
Wow! You know what? Real quick, America, before we go into Comey, let's do a shout out to our producer George, because he is literally right now running the camera, running the sound. And he's handing us beers.
That's right.
So we made some good creative reshuffling.
What's happening?
I like this.
Hats off to you, George.
George.
Hats off to George! Georgie boy!
Georgie Porgy Pudding and Pie.
That's right.
So Comey testified on Thursday. Mm-hmm. And I
actually watched that.
Did you?
Yeah, I was at work, not working.
Well, then before I go into it, tell me what
I isn't paying attention. I don't
but
understand things unless you explain them to me.
Well, and that's why we're here. But he pretty much said everything we've already known and been thinking, that Donald Trump's been lying.
He's a fucking liar. Yeah.
He says he's been the president has made him very uncomfortable. And this is actually something that I found out that I wasn't fully aware of, is that apparently President-elect to President Trump had many one-on-one conversations with FBI Director Comey, which, as I learned, is very, very frowned upon, because the FBI is supposed to be its own entity.
It's like separate separating of church and state.
Yeah, similar idea. Like the entire time Barack Obama was president, apparently him and James Comey had like 2 one-on-one conversations. Yeah. Because you know, and I mean,
8 years, 2 times. That's how I'm trying to be with my ex-wife.
Yeah, for sure. Trump has had over like 8 or 9 conversations with him, and in one case, yes, and in one case, and this is where Comey said he was very uncomfortable. He was invited to dinner at the White House, assuming that it was a dinner with
people,
like other heads of their departments.
And then you show up and it's like
literally just the Donald.
It's
there.
like just you.
Can you imagine? That's like the worst Tinder date ever.
Hell yeah.
You show up and that orange motherfucker's sitting there waiting for you. And this is when he, quote, said, "I need loyalty, I expect loyalty."
Yeah.
And this is when he was trying to get Comey to let the Michael Flynn thing go. That was the...
I need loyalty. What's this? Like I said this before on other occasions. This dude's like trying to run the mafia. Trying to run this shit like the mafia. Like, I expect
Kiss my finger.
You to come over here and kiss my rings and tell
the
me
day of my
all
daughter.
the things that I want to hear. You're fucking, what a douchebag.
Yeah. Oh, and one of the other things he says that the president lied about, the whole narrative that Trump in the White House is giving out is that the FBI itself lost faith in its director because of his handling of Hillary Clinton and this and that. He says that's all lies. They always had a good thing. Now, at this point, you're taking Trump's word versus Comey's word, but Comey's always been a pretty stand-up guy. I can't imagine.
Right now, who are you going to go with?
Yeah, I'm going to believe him. Comey, in front of all the cameras, admitted that he gave, because he took detailed memos of all of his conversations with the president. Okay. Because the first one apparently rubbed him the wrong way, and he said, "I don't know how this is going to go, but I need documentation."
Yeah, that motherfucker started taking notes and shit.
Yeah, like extensive notes.
Wearing a wire.
So what he did was...
Damn. This is like a mobster movie.
Yeah, he might...
This kind of is like a...
It's like The Departed.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Or Goodfellas.
No, I don't know. Something with a really...
Just a mob. That's all you need to know.
Comey gave him memos to a friend of his and asked him to leak them to a reporter.
What?
Yeah. So, he said this in front of everybody, in front of Congress and in front of America. He said, "I did this hoping it would spur a special counsel to look into all this."
Yeah. Oh, so he was trying to...
Remember last time we were talking about Robert Mueller?
Mm-hmm.
So,
he didn't want to come out and say it.
Because,
then you look like an asshole.
He's a snitch. Yeah,
snitches get stitches, bro.
And now, of course, though, the Trump and the White House is trying to spin this as, this could be some legal ramification. You're leaking things like this, which I can't imagine there's anything really legal about detailing a conversation you have with somebody. Especially since if he was the FBI director still, then yeah. But he's not, because you fired him, Donald. So he has all the right in the world.
You're fired. Now he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more.
Oh, I'm curious what he's going to do after this. Well, I guess it depends on how this whole hearing goes.
Probably needs to write a book.
Yeah, he's definitely going to write a book. Is that he is still coming out and saying he will 100% testify under oath. Mm-hmm. He is completely confident. He feels vindicated by this.
Oh, that's what the Trump said.
That's what Trump said. That's
what he said.
Trump said. He said, I got nothing to hide.
And you know what? That's why I got to have respect for old Donald. If he believes it, he believes that shit.
Whether it's true or not, if he believes it.
I can tell him, man, this shit right here, that's purple right there.
Yeah, or like
that's purple.
Or like this is not blue.
Yeah. And he believes that shit. He does, just like you do.
Yeah, it's blue.
Colorblind bastard.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing in America. He says our walls are gray, I say they're blue. I don't know. Maybe we'll ask. Maybe you know what? Maybe at the end of the episode we'll get your opinion.
Yeah.
Donald is either literally has nothing to hide, and all of this is some big conspiracy against him, or he is just every night going to sleep with a really puckered asshole of what's going to happen the next day. He's in for the long haul.
He needs to pop his index to go to bed because I'm telling you right now, he is stressing out. He's
remember
at home, like if you accidentally forgot to fucking lock the door at your house and all day you worried, like, did I leave that egg boiling on the stove?
Oh, you remember like how your mom used to tell you?
That's him, but with the nation.
Oh, your mom used to tell you, if you do a lie, if you tell a lie, you got to tell another lie on top of it. One day you're not.
Effect.
Yeah.
Snowball effect. Which is an avalanche.
Yeah.
Eventually.
That's what he's got coming. And there's Jeff Sessions is going to testify. That's the Attorney General. Because he was present in some of these memos. And
a lot of testification going on.
And the testifying.
Well, no, I'd make my own words up.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure
do what I want because this is America, and if Donald Trump can lie about what he's lying about,
you can make up words. Fuck it, yeah. Told Sessions that he did not feel comfortable with the president, And
I don't think I'd feel comfortable with him either.
I don't think imagine how his wife feels.
Yeah, his wife doesn't even look at him.
I seen the one video. She was trying to hold it. He was trying to hold her hand. She like pushed it back.
Like, you know that you had me from the mail order.
That's it.
She definitely had me from the mail order.
She definitely wasn't expecting to be the first lady.
I don't even like you.
Funny thing about her, you know, every first lady has a thing they do.
Yeah, what is her thing?
You can't make this up.
Okay.
Cyberbullying.
That's what's wrong with the youth nation right now.
That's what's wrong with our president. He cyberbullies the fuck out of people on Twitter.
What? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Jesus Christ, this guy can't even fucking hold his panties in a bunch when he gets a stupid tweet.
And of course, you know, with all this been going on, he's been on a Twitter tirade against Comey.
Oh,
and you know,
God.
and this is one thing.
What was the thing he tweeted the other day?
Who,
Remember that he messed up?
Oh, Covfefe.
Covfefe.
Yes, America. We are gonna.
We did miss out.
We missed all about Covfefe.
On the Covfefe thing.
And I'm still searching for it. And we will find Covfefe at one point.
We'll find Covfefe.
We will.
We will rescue him.
I mean, you would have thought he stabbed himself in the back multiple times by now. He seems to get out of it. You know, it's like Tricky Dicky Nixon. All of this is very reminiscent. I mean, I didn't live during Richard Nixon's time, but I feel like this is very, very similar.
You slippery, slick bastard.
So,
like trying to catch a oiled up pig. You just can't do it. I've never done that.
I haven't either, but I feel like I'd rather do that with a pig though than Donald Trump. Yeah. Well, now our Attorney General equates weed to heroin. Says good people don't smoke weed.
I'm high right now.
That is a bitch.
Asshole.
All right, so now we're gonna blend it in.
So
we're gonna go. It's a little political. It's a little pop cultural. It's Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
You already know where we're going with this, America. Did you see what happened? You remember Bill Maher, right? He's super liberal, kind of looks like a weasel.
Yeah.
Very, very like greasy, weaselly look.
You can tell he probably goes to the bar and orders Pinot to look cool.
I feel like he probably goes to the bar and orders like a black transvestite, but I don't know.
Nice. Don't assume gender though. That's the whole
true.
thing now
Yeah.
too. So.
He had a senator from Nebraska on his show. Is your phone ringing on the show, Blaine?
His phone's ringing.
Answer it.
It's probably a bill collector.
Is it?
Yellow.
Hello?
Hello. Motherfuckers want their money, but they
can't answer the phone. You know what? Wait, we gave the time of day in the middle of our show.
Answered the phone for you, and you couldn't. Hey, welcome to America, baby. We're all in debt.
That's right. So he had a senator from Nebraska.
Back when I had HBO, like, remember like the 11 o'clock, you would catch HBO, it'd be like Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Taxi Cab Confessions, G-String Divas.
Real Sex,
episode 69.
Yeah, that was before Pornhub, America.
Oh, yeah, that was way before you could just research any porn
on your phone.
On your phone.
That's before you realized how many niche porns there were for the fucking weirdos there are in the world.
Like feet shit.
Oh, it gets worse.
All right, we're gonna get out of that.
Yeah, let's say that's weird. We're getting dark.
Sorry, we went there.
So Bill Maher, as the senator,
Thursday nights at 11 was always my favorite time.
Clearly, he still remembers the time. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Thursday at 11, man. If you don't remember that, you get the fuck off this channel.
So he has a senator on the show, and they're just talking. I didn't really see the context of the entire show. I'm not gonna lie. I saw the clip, and so the senator says to him, or Bill Maher says, "Yeah, I need to come out there and see it," which I can honestly say I've never had any inclination to go to Nebraska. He says, "Yeah, we can definitely use you in the fields." And Bill Maher's like, "The fields? Please, Senator, I'm a house."
Cricket.
You can get where we go with that.
You know where that's going on. Jesus Christ.
So then the senator, he kind of just laughs uncomfortably, and and they go with it. And so naturally, there's been a lot of backlash, and and it's and he came out and he apologized, and he was like, I'm a comedian. I was just kind of going with it. It was in bad taste, but
I don't care, man. You can't do that. You just can't.
My problem with his apology though is that. Because the next day, or Ice Cube ended up coming on the show. He did the right thing.
He just got a Hollywood star today. Matter of fact.
Did he really?
I don't know if you saw that.
I did not see that.
I saw it on Facebook.
Check that out, man.
Yeah, that's
Blaine's
pretty
got
cool.
something for you, America.
Yeah, man.
So he came on the show along with a psychologist that came and Bill Maher allowed them to grill him about it the entire time. Even though he apologized, it started coming across a little insincere to me because he was getting offended. He was getting clearly frustrated that Ice Cube was schooling him on the word and why he can't use it, And Ice Cube came out there and said, "Bill, I like you. I like your show. This isn't gonna stop me, but you fucked up." And he's trying to tell him.
Ice Cube knows how to use that word.
Yeah.
If you've ever heard roll call, Like, go and
Or-
listen to it right now if you ain't heard it.
Or the fact that Ice Cube was in NWA.
Yeah.
Pretty
What
much.
does the N stand for? He knows how to use the shit.
Yeah, and as he said, and the way he said it to Bill Maher, he's like, when I hear you use it and all that, it's like the whole idea of, oh, can the white guy say it because he's got black friends or
He fucked
whatever,
a black chick one time.
Yeah, and Bill Maher, that's one of the things. I mean, he had a black girlfriend. He's like the super liberal, so it's
Who
kind of
hasn't?
like it's kind of like this idea that he thinks that because he generally tries to champion minorities and all that, that he's cool and he can say it.
You can't
But in the
do
end,
it.
that really is almost like a worse form of this white privilege that we keep talking about. It's, oh, you know what? I'm arrogant enough to think that, I got a lot of black friends. I've had black girlfriends
He
in
used
service.
it with the ER, right? Like,
Well, when I saw it, it was bleeped out.
Okay.
But I
not
can't.
that it makes a difference, but it is.
I can't imagine back in slave times when they said that's my house that they had an A at the end of it.
No, yeah, he wasn't like, "What's up, man?"
What's up, my house? No, it's like that's the house.
No.
So yeah, it's very.
Like a slave owning pirate.
That's how. You know what? That's it. That's when we're talking about the differentiations of this word. It's an or an
Yeah.
So
And is so harsh.
It's so even just saying it without the rest of the letters is harsh. But like this idea that he thinks he can just get away with it because he's cool. He's got black friends. And that's not how it works. And that's what Ice Cube told him. He said, this word has been used like a knife against me and my people for years. It's our word now. People want to say, well, black people shouldn't say it either. Whatever. I'm not making comment on that. That's for black people to decide. But when he sits there and says, this is my word now because it's been used against me for so long, you got to respect that. I don't think Bill Maher's going to lose his job over this.
No, so it happened. He made a mistake.
But, people have...
Not like Kramer from Seinfeld. Like, that shit shut him down, bro. You haven't heard nothing from Cosmo in a long time.
Yeah, I forgot all...
Hey, Jerry, hey.
I forgot all about not at all. But people have lost their jobs for lesser offenses.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
definitely.
but this might be because Bill Maher is a champion of the liberal left that that might end up saving him. So we'll see.
The liberal guy. That's pretty good. Like the Bill Nye.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. You see, Bill Nye's got a new show. It's on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet.
It's a new one.
It's called
or it's the old one?
No, it's a new one. It's called Bill Nye Saves the World. Kendrick Lamar does the intro for it.
Damn, that's
pretty dope.
Try
So
Netflix and chill later.
We'll keep going at it.
So what we got next? I guarantee you we're gonna be talking about something crazy.
Well, we're gonna hit the pop culture segment now.
All right.
So we've had another death this week. Adam West.
Holy dead Batman, Robin.
That's the first real well-known live screen Batman. Definitely not the Dark Knight Batman that we've come to know. This was, chubby guy in tights. It was very campy, very tongue-in-cheek. A real staple of 60s.
That was like the I remember like being a kid watching him when he's climbing up the
and he's
building.
clearly, they just turned the camera this way, and they're just like,
he's like, oh, I'm gonna fall.
And at one point, and it kind of popularized the whole thing that bat this, bat that. At one episode, I remember he had bat shark repellent spray.
Ooh.
Yeah, when him and Riley were fighting the penguin or something, and
same bat time,
Robin,
same bat place.
That's it. So a lot of these cultural things that we know
Bat channel, sorry.
Yeah, same bat time, same bat channel. Everybody knows what we're talking about.
Even I know, and I don't. You know me, guys.
He's
I
not
wasn't
into
even
that
in the
shit.
comic episode last time. They just fucking left me. They left me and they went and did that. I don't know if you guys watched that. But
They did, and they liked it.
They just left me at the house. They told me they were going to Waffle House.
Yeah, we didn't. We went to Comic-Con.
They left me here, and I was sad.
Sorry, America. I just wanted you to myself. Real staples of the 60s. And Adam West never really made it past Batman, when it comes to being typecast. He did little roles here and there. But his biggest one, my favorite one, actually better than Batman, he was the mayor on Family Guy. And he was playing himself. He was Mayor Adam West.
Oh.
And they played up just how fucking weird he is.
That.
Yeah, because he's got that voice. Okay. He talks like this. And he was just a fucking weirdo on the show, and he got to a point where he learned how to make fun of himself.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure during the 80s he probably did a lot of blow and was super depressed that he couldn't be anything that wasn't Batman, as most typecast actors were. Yeah. But he eventually came around, and he learned to make fun of it. Yeah. So rest in peace, Adam West. You were
in silence.
That's right. Or maybe we'll play the Batman theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, depends if we get internet yet for our new production.
Yeah, I don't know yet. We haven't figured it out.
Continuing on to the
George, the producer's like, no. It's not.
He said we don't have internet.
No,
we still owe the internet company, so production value is going up.
Done.
So kind of in the same tip of that, not to bore you too much with comic stuff, but
this shit every
I mean, I'm
week.
sorry, Blaine, but this
It's
is
every
just,
week,
it's
man.
not every week.
It's every week with the comics and shit.
Well, I like these comics,
I know,
Blaine.
and that's why I love you.
Well, but this is something that has nothing to do. I haven't even seen this movie yet, but Wonder Woman has come out.
You haven't seen a movie that's out about comics?
I haven't because I've been busy. I've been busy trying
doing shit.
Man, I've been working, trying to get
Came
ready
home
for
last
this.
yesterday and you were on the couch watching fucking Netflix. You were watching Orange is the New Black.
No, I wasn't. That was you.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah. I'm still I'm still 2 seasons behind. Like last time I saw that crazy chick that was like the boss, she got hit by the.
Oh, that's 2 seasons.
Yeah, I gotta
Bro,
catch
that's
up.
way far back.
Don't spoil me. Wonder Woman comes out, and it's a raging success. And this is notable for a couple of things. One, because, and just to let you know, Marvel's been around forever. They got the Avengers. Every movie that comes out is certified hit.
Since that, like back in the day, like 30s, 20s or 30s.
Well, with Marvel, with these movies, it's been since 2008.
Oh.
Since Iron Man came out,
okay.
Marvel's been hitting.
You mean movie-wise?
Yeah, movie-wise. So
Movie Life was a video game. Who's winning, DC versus Marvel?
Marvel's definitely winning.
Okay, nice.
So,
I
but
knew
now
that, America.
DC, because the last movie DC had that was good was The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Really, and that won an Oscar. Heath Ledger was the Joker, won an Oscar. So finally, now they have a hit on their hands, and it's notable because female director, female lead, predominantly female cast, and it's broken a lot of records already.
It sounds like some brawl burning type shit.
People got mad because they did a women's only screening of Wonder Woman.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
Let them have it,
men
man.
were pissed.
Let them have it.
Men got so mad about
Yeah,
it.
because they've been whacking off to Superwoman their whole life.
So, so far it's earned $103.3 million. It's broken the record for biggest opening for a female director, biggest opening for a female-led comic book movie, biggest film set in World War I.
Wow.
Great reviews. So whereas everybody's like, yeah, the whole DC universe isn't going to work.
Maybe I'll check this one out, man.
Yeah, you still won't like it. It's like, he says he'll watch Star Wars. He's not going to like it. I mean, even though he would get a lot more of my references. But
never seen it, not gonna see it.
That's the pop culture segment for you.
Cool.
You know what I think we need?
What?
I think we need a whole thing.
Let's do it. I'm about to learn y'all something. Get hurt. I'm a pretty opinionated person, I have a lot of views on things that most people probably don't understand or really even, agree with me. But It's a Whole Thing today is going to be about my pretty much hatred for the panhandling game. And I don't mean like veterans that don't have, not homeless veterans or not like someone who went through a lot of stuff in their life and they're just trying to make it out. I mean like the dude who's my age talking on his cell phone from Obamacare that is smoking a cigarette, that is writing a note, need work, out of work, don't have anything going on the back of the Bud Light box that he bought with the money that the people gave him, that held my stoplight up and made me late for work. And I got in trouble because of you that don't have a job, making probably more money than I made all day at the bar, serving people food and drinks and shit. And then you come in with a stack of money. I just don't understand like the laziness of it. I mean, I get it. I'm super down for the people who play like a guitar in front of the gas station or that have a violin, hanging out, doing things. I'll tip you every time I'll not tip you. That's my phrase for, getting money. I'll give you money every time I see you doing something like that because you're not just sitting around. You're not just standing there. You think I feel bad for you because it's fucking hot and you got a sign that says, oh, I lost my job, like whatever. Guess what? I've lost a bunch of fucking jobs. The next day, I got one because that's the way that this country has been built on. It's working, hard work, being American, man, like fucking getting it. I just can't get down with that whole thing. So if you're doing that and you're watching this, I don't really like you. And that's the whole thing.
Find a goddamn station. I just want 94.9. America, we gotta talk about this. So I've been doing a lot of thinking, America. I've been thinking about my generation. And when I say my generation, I mean, yes, millennials, but particularly, I'm 26, so from like 23 to maybe 30, let's push it to that. We live in such a different time than any of the past. I look at it this way as the page has been turning in the world for, let's say, 15 years now, and we've been living right on the cusp of it. Whether it's such things as 9/11 happening, I mean, like 9/11 was our JFK, you know, it was that loss of innocence. Or whether it was coming up in a time with social media and technology. You know, me and Blaine, for example, we came from a time of dial-up internet. We remember not having internet. Yeah, we were young, but we do remember it. Whereas people just a few years younger than us, they have no recollection of what that was, and how much that has significantly impacted our lives as a people. And because of that, that has given us a different kind of perspective on the world. Because, you know, I look at Blaine's daughter. She's 3 years old now. She's never going to know a time without any of this stuff, you know. People that voted in this past election learned about 9/11 in the history books. They weren't alive for it. So, you know, this is infinitely influenced the way that we go about things, the way we do things. And I think the reason why me and Blaine are the people that we are today, you know. You look at, like, say, Generation X, the grunge generation, you know. They were all like, you know, fuck the system and, you know, and forget the world and, you know, we're going to do us. But they all hit 32, 33 and they're like, yeah, we got to get haircuts and get real jobs. Whereas I feel like we are different here because we're on the better part of 30 now. And shit, I got a nose piercing and a finger tattoo here recently. So I'm not really going backwards. And, you know, I think that shows the progressiveness of where we're going as a society and why it's so stupid when you have people like Jeff Sessions as our attorney general that, you know, is going so backwards with, you know, weed is as bad as heroin and this and that. And people don't think that way anymore, you know? And that's why I think there's such a disconnect between us and the current administration in the sense of, you know, the Make America Great Again and these baby boomers that are in their 70s that don't understand us. You know, the one thing in that election with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, they didn't say a goddamn thing to me or Blaine. They were talking to, you know, the people that are going to vote for their party lines. They had nothing to do for this new generation. Because in the end, we are going to be the ones that are going to rule the world. And we are the ones that are going to change the world. Because we are different. And don't let anybody tell you any different. You are different. And you are unique. And we need you to make things better. We have it, America. We're back. We're better than ever. And you know what? We have you to thank for that.
Thanks, man.
We took a few weeks off. We did some soul searching. We searched for Fefe, for Biggie and Tupac. Somebody told me I needed Jesus. I looked for him a little bit. You know what? We came back and we have perspective now. No, I didn't find any of that. But I did find perspective. And you know what? And we're not going to let you down. We're going to be back every week now. Because we are in control of our own shit.
That's right.
And you know what? Tune in next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Good night, America.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.